good.
Okay, Band of Blades, session 12. Now, we are at Fort Calisco being besieged by the armies of the undead. And for this time, following the successful defense of the side gate last time, we have 3 missions to pick from, and they are spicy. Would the commander please give us a run through?
Of course, we have 3 missions, as Johannes had said. We have Broken Fire. The Aldemani pilgrims who've been travelling with the Legion since we aided them at Plainsworth have an interesting proposal. Supposedly, during the Gods' War, a divinely blessed forge was created in the dungeons and catacombs below Fort Calisco. The pilgrim leader, Morana, thinks that with some time and a lot of digging, they could find the forge. Morana suggests that if the relic forge even barely functions, they could use it to build repair and defence materials for the fort and its soldiers with an inspired haste. This is a religious mission. The reward is -1 time, plus 2 XP. There is no penalty for failing it. The second mission, Crimson Wolf. Before the siege locked Fort Calisco down, an army supply caravan was attacked and overrun in the fields to the northeast of the fort. The wagons are mostly intact but guarded by the undead. We could break out of a side gate with a small enough squad that we won't draw too many of the besieging forces after us and rush to the wagons, grab what we can and return. The gambit relies on speed. Take too long or attract too much attention and we won't be able to make it back through the siege. This is a supply mission to rescue the supplies. The reward is +3 supply and the penalty is -1 morale should we fail. And finally, my personal choice of missions is Buried Cache. The undead horde arrived before all the material made it into the fort. A unit buried a supply cache of black shot weapons and food just in sight of the northern wall. It's sitting completely untouched. Sortie from the fort, deal with the undead crawling over the depot, and bring the supplies back before the siege cuts you off. This is a special assault mission. It gives glory and mercy favour. It requires horses, for obvious reasons. The reward is -2 time, +3 supply, and +1 dice to acquire assets. There is no penalty for failing it. Okay, so as we were saying, as I'm talking to my quartermaster and Marshal Barbosa, my suggestion would definitely be to go for the Buried Cache as our primary mission, because that -2 time and +3 supply and an extra dice to acquiring further assets on a campaign turn is just like too good to pass up. I mean, that's like beyond spicy. That's like...
Not to mention that it also gives favour for our chosen.
Yeah.
That's like at least like 5 of the chili peppers, right?
Yeah.
It's like...
I mean, this mission's got a rating on the Scoville scale, that's all I'm saying.
It's all meat, it's no veg, you know what I mean? It's pure, a pure protein
It's
mission.
all chili, Matthew.
It looks like an awfully shiny, dangly prize to me, and I'm a bit worried that the game might be rigged, so to speak.
It does. Special
However,
assault does sound
yeah.
dangerous.
If we have the men to do it, because I know a lot of our heavies were injured recently.
We've got.
Have we got the men to do it?
Whereas being the bold, prideful Zemiati general that I am, I'm like, let's ride!
Let's do it. I believe so. I believe we can pull this off. If the commander requires it, I shall put forward the best I have available.
Assemble a crack team of the most battle-hardened rookies we've got.
It depends how he spends the intel, really, and what information.
I don't have any intel.
You get some questions.
Yeah, I got one question.
Yeah, let's go with the question at this point because
Okay,
it might play into this.
I got my intel questions. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. What would be a useful item to bring on this mission?
Okay, that might be. Let me look it up. Intel question. Okay, so that one is directed at a mission. So which one?
Buried Cache.
Buried Cache. Let me look at your stuff.
Actually, no. If I can, I'm going to change my question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for. I'll go for one that applies to all the missions. What's the greatest threat we're potentially going to face on these missions?
3.
There we go. So 3 is spicy, but it's not like
It is spicy.
it's
It is
not.
spicy.
It's not the most dangerous we've faced.
Yeah, it's not a lieutenant. You know
Yeah.
that much.
We're
We've
not going to
taken-
rock
we've
up and have
taken
like
down.
Black Rottingale Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, this time he's mad.
That's it. This time it's multi-personal.
Okay.
He's gassing up.
So
So I think the next thing we need to think about is if we're all fine going for that of the primary mission, which one do we want to go for the secondary mission?
secondary ones, it's a little bit more of a tricky
Yeah.
one. That
It's a bit of a trade-off. We either go for Broken Fire, in which case we get another bit of time knocked off a clock and we get some extra XP, or we go for Crimson Wolf, where we get Mo supply.
the Marshall's opinion in this case, in this instance, is morale we can fix over time. Time itself we cannot. So the more time we have to get to Skydagger is always going to be too good. Too good.
I think I'd potentially agree, because if we succeed at the Buried Cache mission, we're going to get +1 dice to acquire assets. So in the campaign turn, we could like try and acquire some additional stuff anyway.
It comes with 3 supply as it's on its own, which is good.
Now, at this point, I will highlight the fact that one of the special rules for Fort Calisco is that it is, in fact, being besieged by the undead. And that means that all missions to do with going outside the fort have 1 minus die to the engagement roll. Whether or not that
Fantastic.
plays into your decisions is
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If ever was a day I was just going to roll 6s across the board, now is the time.
Don't, I'm sure Marshall Barbosa can handle it.
I appreciate your confidence in me, sir. Appreciate. So I am looking through the roster and seeing what we got. We're at max morale, so we can take a morale here as long as it isn't like 2 squads worth. Which would be a bad day for the Legion. And for the religious missions...
So, Quartermaster Ivanova, what do you think about the secondary missions? Quartermaster?
It all rather depends on what condition we intend to leave Fort Calisco in when we leave. Are we intending to take everybody with us to Skydagger, or are we intending to try and help them
Well,
defend this fort better
I think
when
we
we're gone?
I think we can make the offer, but whether they choose to come with us or not is down to them. Our destination is Skydagger Keep. And whilst I'm quite happy for us to do whatever we can to help them while we're here, we can't lose sight of our destination if they choose to stay here. I mean, if people say, yeah, we want to come with you to Skydagger, great. Jump on
The
board the
thing
Legion
is,
train.
if we repair the forge and then we abandon the fort and it's overrun by the undead, we're leaving them a useful weapon. If we go and get some food, that's neither here nor there to the undead in the greater scheme of things. However, if we intend to try and help the people keep this fort, the forge would very much help them along with that. Probably more than a few wagons worth of food.
So you suggest
see
we
why
do.
I'm.
You suggest we do Broken Fire for the secondary mission. Is that correct?
It does seem more important to me,
Okay.
unless, of course, you intend to bring everybody with us. In which case, let's go after the food and burn the entire fort before we leave.
I think realistically, everyone from the fort isn't going to decide to come
That's a
with us.
bold decision. I like it.
So I would agree with your assessment. I think we do the buried cache as the primary and broken fire as the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Let's ride.
Okay, so that just to make sure that we're all on board. Buried Cache and Crimson Wolf -1 to engage because of going outside the fort, and Broken Fire inside the fort, so no penalty there.
Yeah, I was also thinking, to be honest, that'll be handy if we're doing that as a secondary one. No -1 penalty to let the engagement dice.
Yeah, because we need help on those rolls, specifically on those rolls. It's been a bad time.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so yeah, I believe we have our thing all set up then.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so please, Marshall, choose your lambs to the slaughter, I guess.
Okay, so whilst the marshal's looking at that, sorry, Marshall, but just before we get into that, just to make sure we're all in agreement with whatever group we sent out, the objective is go out, hold off the undead long enough for us to dig up the supplies with whatever, like, load them onto whatever wagon or whatever we're taking with us, and then get the hell back into Fort Calisco before we cut off. That's the objective. We're not there to like dispatch all the undead or anything. We're literally just there to hold them off long enough to get the supplies and get out, because we can't afford like a full bore like stand up engagement with them. We don't have the manpower.
We do not. It's not about fighting the undead. It's about a pincer movement and go. Snatch and grab.
Yeah, it's just about holding them off long enough for us to get the supplies and get out. Yes. But anyway, I'll turn back over to you now, Marshall, to select the brave souls who are going on this mission.
Can I suggest that you consider sending as many Panyar as possible, simply because they can carry more load and still move quickly?
I assume we'll have to take a wagon with us or something.
Fair.
Because it's going to be like a big supply cache, so we're not going to be carrying it on like horses or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and therein lies, I guess, like one of the first hurdles, like how to get it back, and also not be super slowed down.
You know what we could do, guys. We could effectively have like a couple of like player characters on horses out front, one like legionary and their like squad inside the cart with like the PC legionary like driving it with like all the horses. They're there with their muskets or whatever inside the cart. If we can get to where we're going, they can just like sit inside the cart and like fire at the undead and like hopefully hold them off. Some of them dig it up into the cart. We'll ride the cart back to Fort Calisco. Whilst the other two sort of outriders like hold them away from the cart. That would be my suggestion.
So just talk us through it one more time, John. So
okay, right. Let me break it down, and that's Commander John to you.
Commander.
Out comes the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we have two PCs on horses.
Yep.
They're in front of a cart, which has the other PC and the squad in the cart.
Right.
We have the PC who's in the cart, sort of like holding the reins. The legionaries in the cart have their muskets all pointed out. The two outriders locate the cache at the site. Yep. We get the cart there. We then get the legionaries out, and they start doing the digging. The three PCs sort of break off and hold off the undead whilst they dig it out. They lob the stuff into the cart. They all pile back into the cart. Then we ride back with the two sort of PCs who are still on separate horses, helping to hold off the undead from the cart while it rides back to Fort Calisco.
That's possible. How would you like to have us all on horseback?
Oh. If we have enough horses for that, I'd suggest that yes.
Commander, I know a guy who just has a knack of rustling up extra horses.
Well, we're certainly going to need a cart. I mean, that was a suggestion of having the legionnaires inside the cart, because we're going to have to take a cart.
Yeah.
So why not just have them stood in the cart shooting their muskets instead of all being on separate horses? If we're going to have to take a cart anyway, I mean, it's not going to. If we're going to load it up with supplies, it's not going to be that much slower with like a few legionnaires in it.
However, as a counterpoint there, Commander, the advantage of having more horses is if, when we come under flak from the undead, if we lose a few during the altercation, we have spares to get the cart going again. If we only have
That's a
couple,
good point. I'd suggest perhaps a compromise. I mean, what if we just rig the cart up? So let's say for example, and I'm just pulling the figures out on my backside. Let's say for example, the cart requires 2 horses to pull it, right? When it's fully laden. If we hitch 4 horses to it, we've potentially got 2 spare horses. So even if a couple get killed on the cart, it can still go. And if for whatever reason we needed to like have an extra horse, or like someone fell off or whatever, we could easily decouple one from the cart.
yeah, okay.
I don't know how that'd be represented in game. That's just sort of spitballing.
I would suggest to the master in the sky, or the blade master, that perhaps the squad would normally have horses as well. I think if I take who I think I'm taking,
And
then
let me highlight this: the mission requires horses.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you're putting Mr. Wilbur out there,
okay.
you're gonna have to have horses for the mission
Okay.
because the mission requires them.
Requires.
Do we have enough horses,
Johannes,
quartermaster?
Yeah.
We do indeed have 4 dots worth of horses.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do not have any supply carts of our own.
Right.
Now,
Well,
is there a way that we can effectively barter for or commandeer a supply cart for this mission?
Yeah, we can make a roll, and we can see what kind of material, basically the cart in this instance, we can rustle up before we.
Otherwise, we're just gonna have to get the Kingfisher Knight to put them all on his shield and like run back carrying them.
Yeah. Okay, so whoever wants to make the roll.
Fortune roll?
I guess we could have some. So who's going on the mission, Marshall?
That is a good question.
Let's have one of them make the roll. Is the thing. So.
Well, I'm gonna have. So I'm gonna take point this time. I'm gonna take command,
Nice.
but I'm gonna have used to play the kind of, shall we say, offensive front, and I will handle the actual, like, the logistics of getting things into the getting this
You're gonna handle the squad level stuff. Okay.
squad level stuff. So Hannah's gonna take the reins of the Kingfisher. Back in there, he is coming out as a stalwart.
The OG.
The OG. John. Who am I gonna give to John?
You might want to give me someone who's a bit better with the whole shooting malarkey, because I know the Kingfisher Knight's not big on the shooting.
No.
Not especially, no. What did I? Okay, I'm gonna give you Rain Deadeye. I'm gonna.
Okay.
So he's ripe.
Okay.
I am gonna take a little bit of a gamble, I think. I think I can still be in charge even if I'm a rookie, can't I?
Yeah. There's no ranks in the Legion as far as that goes anymore. So the command, well, the marshal just selects someone.
I knew that, like, I can send whoever I want, but I wasn't sure if the command would then fall to a specialist.
No. You could put a rookie in charge.
Because that is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and take the opportunity to get some, get a rank,
So you're
experience.
We're going to try and level up at the same time.
A little bit. It's gonna be difficult.
There wasn't enough rewards in the mission for the marshal.
Here's the one I'm looking at. I've got a bunch of rookies that like are just close to the old leveling up bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the HR manager mumble.
I've got about 3 or 4 like rookies that are just like on the cusp of actually, being able to go on a proper mission with proper stats. Is this a mistake?
Boy.
Yeah. Just thinking. I've got I'm sending the ghost owls because this seems like their sort of thing. In and out.
Oh, by the way, yeah, and you're sending them because they have recovered from their disease
Yeah.
by now. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to name the two of them.
I'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I just trying to think which one would be the other.
So yeah, as we recall, the ghost owls were out of action
They were
since Westlake.
They were pretty bad. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. 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 That sounds like that could be useful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take Sasha Diva,
Mhm.
who is a Barton. Right. So the plan is similar to what you said, John. The plan is to get the cart there, hold off the undead, get it in, get it loaded up as quickly as possible, maintain the cart from getting disrupted, and get out. High threat, undead priority.
That's it. You best believe old Rain Deadeye's knocking on the door of having a 4 shoot.
He is indeed. Yes. I'm trying to flesh out the Legion because we are potentially, whatever comes as we get to Skydare could be, a death blade.
Yeah, well, yeah, we did fight one lieutenant, and that was a whole thing as well. And there's more of those guys.
It certainly was, sir. It certainly was. Right. Only thing is, this guy's maneuver is not the best. But let's hope I can deal with that on the mission. What load are you guys taking?
I'm going for normal load because I'm Zemyati and I want to be able to move quick.
Zemyati. Yeah. Do I have a... Is the quartermaster pimping us out with any stuff for this particular mission?
Hopefully horses.
You'll be getting some horses.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you need black shot?
I've already got some black shot and I can take some as utility if I need to, but it'll take up all my utility load.
If you spend a quartermaster use of black shot, you'll get the +1 to engage roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an assault mission.
Boom, 3 black shot, swing. In which case I'll take a hand weapon.
Okay.
Oh, that crimson shot. I wish I could take that one.
You're not getting any religious supplies off me, I'm afraid.
It's okay. I get one as a Barton. I've got a sneaky one in my pocket.
It's alright. I get +1 dice to resist if it's desperate.
Yeah. Okay.
Although, to be fair, I could just sack off having a hand weapon and just take a relinquary.
I'm gonna go heavy for this one myself.
I think I'll stick with the hand weapon.
Okay. It's an odd choice. It might work out for me.
I'm just going for the reliquary for the Kingfisher Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
So my focus on will be the supplies, unless things get desperate.
Yeah.
You guys to take care of the.
Well, I'm pretty much loaded up with like 6 shots worth of black shot and about 10 shots of normal ammo. So my plan's pretty much like fire at anything that's getting near you guys and keep firing.
Remember, you've got the aim ability as well.
How does that work? Can you remind me?
So basically, when Johannes is like, "I'm sorry, man, you just aren't strong enough," that's like, this is threat 4, you're threat 3. You're like, however, I have aim, which then increases the effect of your shot by 1 level.
Splendid.
Which is what happened when I fired that massive ballista into the.
Yes. That's boss.
To like some really cool metal music.
Yeah, you could put bolt thrower
Yeah.
as the background music for you firing the bolt thrower.
To be honest, when you were firing that bolt thrower, I was imagining, like Final Fantasy, is it 10 when like Sin first turns up and you get like, damn it.
So potentially, this guy, this is one of the reasons I'm bringing this rookie, is he's one of the few people in the Legion who has rig. So if the wagon gets damaged, potentially I could repair it, which we've never had before. We have been rig light, so.
Yeah, you've focused on the destructive aspects of life.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, to be fair, we have been trying to carve our way through the hordes of undead to get to a
I
castle.
hope this gamble
There is
pays
that.
off. I hope this gamble pays off.
Yeah, and the fixing has been mostly about keeping the red inside and not on the outside. Okay. Are we good? Has everyone selected their equipment?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just go through this. So Marshall. So everyone's a legionnaire. We don't have intel to spend, and we do have all the equipment and the appropriate specialists.
Yeah.
So
I don't suppose the ghost owls give us a bonus in this case.
No. +1 from the black shot from the quartermaster.
Uh-huh.
Is anyone wounded?
No.
Okay. 2 dice, which
I'll only
means...
send a wounded squad in if I really, really have to.
Yeah.
Like,
You have 1 die.
I have to be desperate.
You would have 2, however, due to the special rule of Fort Calisco, because you're you're breaking the blockade, so to speak. Blockade running here. So 1 dice, quartermaster. Sorry, Marshall.
Is it
for
1
the
dice?
engagement.
Yeah, because it's -1 dice for going outside the fortress.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good. I guess we're up. We're starting off in a. Let me read out the thing.
Bring the desperation.
Yeah, you're in a desperate position when the action starts, which is now. So we smash cut. We smash cut in to the action, and so break it down to me. So you have. Sorry. Actually, someone roll for the cart. Like what kind of dinky ass cart you got?
Or do you just want me to make a fortune roll?
Bagsy, not it.
Or an action roll if you have something you could use for that kind of thing.
Do we have anyone who's got any sway on this mission?
Oh, I'm not so sure. No, not for me.
Okay.
Okay, how about we get the Kingfisher Knights got discipline. So potentially, if we get him to roll discipline, use his force of personality to like commandeer a cart.
Oh, I thought you meant like just make the wood behave itself and come together into it.
Now I meant to be like,
Come apart.
yo, man, we're going out to get supplies for the fort. I'm requisitioning your cart. So, do you want to make a roll for that, Kingfisher Knight?
The running theme of this game is my engagement rolls.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a cart. It's not the biggest, but you don't need that. You're not bringing out a whole like town's worth of stuff. So, yeah, you have a fairly. It's a modest cart, and but it's a good one. So that was basically the one that I was looking for. Like how well you roll would equate to like what kind of shitty like excuse of a cart you would have, but you have a fine one. The wheels aren't coming off instantly, and we're smash cutting into the field with your plan being executed. So the idea was a portion of you engage the enemy, and then the other portion tries to get to digging up the cache. Okay, so we smash got there. Your horses and the cart parked. Legionnaires disembarking, using whatever tools they have. You don't exactly have a lot of sapper tools, but you're using like excess things from recycled wrecking kits and whatnot to break the ground. Those of you who are actually doing that, and the other ones, you're clashing with the rotters and the crows that are currently swarming the place. So whoever's being on the sort of combat duty, I guess, that's over to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll rain that oil of like pulled the rag up that like covers his alchemically treated eye. So we'll be like keeping an eye out for like doing a bit of scouting around the sort of immediate area, looking out for any obvious threats. I'm imagining, although obviously I will, if the Kingfisher Knight says otherwise, I'll defer to him because he's like more senior than me. But I'm imagining the Kingfisher Knight will stay nearer the cart because he's a melee combatant, and I'll be sort of ranging further out, looking for a point where I can get like a good field of fire.
Yeah, it is a target-rich environment. As I did say, the rotters and their crow minders are currently swarming the location to drive you off.
In which case, with a cold, steely smile on my face and a burning glare in my alchemical eye, I'll be like, just very calmly and slowly, just like loading my black powder and like checking my rifle and sort of like picking my target, sort of trying to shut out the chaos that's going on and just like.
Okay.
As you said.
Have we
Black shot.
found? Sorry.
So I'm glad you said black shot, not crimson shot, and I've been like, Rain, no. Too soon. Sorry, go ahead, Helen.
Have we found the stuff that we're digging for? Are we like in the
you're-
right spot digging?
Yeah, you're in the right. You know where it is, but you just started digging, so it'll take a minute. But you know where it is. That's out of the question.
I presume we've got like a clock to like dig it up or something.
Yeah. We're gonna have.
It's gonna be a 4 o'clock. It'll be fine.
Clock for that.
It's not going to be a 4 o'clock, mate.
Praise be to the bad gods.
So.
It's all about the Semyati.
The dig.
Different strokes for different religious folks, John.
So there is. Bloop. There's the dig clock that you should see now.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there is
The hordes
siege
of
clock.
death.
No, it's the cutoff of the siege.
Yeah.
So to make it clear, if the siege clock fills, that is it. That is the curtain for everyone outside the
We're
fort.
cut off from the fort, yeah.
there's no coming back anymore for anyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a reason I was like, get your crack team together.
Oh.
To be
So I
fair,
guess
if we,
we'll
get,
see how this turns out.
if we get to near the siege clock being full, we just bolt back to the fortress and forget the supplies.
Well, I've got a cunning plan of how to get this cash out. I have a plan. I have an actual legitimate plan.
Okay, we'll get to that as soon as the first encounter is handled here. So I presume Kingfisher Knight and Rain, you're going to be there with. Are there any ghost owls defending, or is everyone digging?
I would have given. So I would have taken 3 of the ghost owls as my like helpers.
Yeah,
My
so one
cunning plan.
ghost owl is left to defend.
Oh,
because you're a
I thought there
ghost
was
owl as
I
well.
thought there was. Oh yeah, damn. Okay, okay, just
Why don't you take 2 and leave 2 to shoot?
yeah, to shoot. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Right. So, with 2 of the ghost owls by your side, Kingfisher Knight and Rain, you are starting to cross blades with the rotters. So, yeah, what are you doing? We know that Rain's going to shoot. Kingfisher Knight, what's up? There's a squad of rotters. There's some crows coming up soon as well, but
At least we've got the Kingfisher Knight special defense deal here.
yeah.
If they're close enough, I'll be skirmishing with them.
Okay, so yeah, and when I say squad, and let me refer to how big that is exactly.
I reckon Ray's got a customized rifle. He's kind of tinkering
So-
a bit.
So it flips
So
a
that-
sight on it.
That's a dozen rotters coming your way. So yeah, you can definitely skirmish with them now. At this point, you are what are you using for a weapon?
It would say on your load.
It just says fine heavy weapon.
Good. So you're on even terms with the rotters, because the rotters are a threat too, because they have great equipment, and you have fine equipment as well. So you're 2 and 2. However, they do have scale on you. So what that means is they will take 1 less harm from you and deal 1 more to you, unless the situation changes. So yeah, please get your roll going. Okay, so let me get a. It's Clocktown over here. Let's go with that. So you did it. So that means because it is a horde of them, and the scale is off. They will. Well, yeah. I guess this is it then. You do 1 damage to them, and they will do 3 damage and corruption to you as a direct result. So yeah, you're free to, of course, resist the consequences as always. So 3 physical damage coming your way, 3 corruption also coming your way. As the rotters wade in with their forged weapons, free of rust and everything. Okay, so the Kingfisher Knight deftly resists the battering, and I'm going to say entirely in this instance. Let's see. If you're resisting the corruption as well, you might want to take it on your reliquary. I don't know. If you do that first, and then we're gonna resist the rest.
Yeah, I'll take it on the reliquary because it's 3, isn't it?
Yeah. So your reliquary can take all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gone, like, but
It's done its job.
Yep. So the Kingfisher Knight engages with the enemy, and the Kingfisher Knight currently is being swarmed. The Kingfisher Knight is not in a good position. Oh yeah. Also, that should have been. That should have been more, but we'll go forward with it. So the Kingfisher Knight not looking good. Obviously, we know the Kingfisher Knight does have certain reserves he can call on, but for the moment, it's looking pretty grim because there's like 11 of them. So like he gets one, there's still 11, so
Yeah.
it's not looking great. However, we have Rain. Now, Rain, there is this action going on. However, behind them, there's 3 crows, and they've concluded, oh well, this guy is gonna get mobbed by the rotters, so we're gonna focus on this one with the alchemical eye. So 3 crows looking at you. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to, again, like I say, sort of shutting out the comms and being very sort of cold and calm and collected. I'm going to take aim at the middle one. When I say taking aim, I am using my aim.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to like squeeze off a shot for the centre mass of the middle of these 3 crows.
So you have, I presume, a fine rifle?
Yeah, fine rifle, black powder. I've used an aim.
Yeah. Okay. So you will absolutely annihilate this creature if you hit it. Maybe even the second one. Let's see how it goes.
And we're in desperate situation already, aren't we?
Yeah, we're desperate.
As soon as the phrase like, oh, 3 crows are on the way, I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty desperate.
Yeah, and also Matthew fucked the roll. So
am I on standard effect, presumably?
no, you're like just
Extreme.
skulls.
Right, I just put extreme so it doesn't give me an opportunity for insta death, unfortunately.
Extreme is correct.
Okay. 5.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah. So you blow the crow away. It disintegrates in a shower of alchemical sparks and smoke. And
That's what
I think the one sort of coming up from behind it loses an arm as well, but it's still coming. But it's trailing unpleasant fluids from its torn off arm, and
XP.
the unharmed one is charging you, and as a result of our thing here, we know that it gets you. Basically, you shoot 2 of them, killing one, wounding the other. The third one rushes forward, as we know. The crows disturbingly fast and entirely without sound.
Yeah.
So it steps like the wind and on the autumn leaves covering the ground, and just bounds up next to you, and it has those signature scalpel fingers. Just like goes with a flurry across everything. Your hands are outstretched because of the rifle, so basically you're trying to protect yourself with the rifle, but it's getting to your arms as you do it. So the consequence here would be because you're on the same level, so it's 2 physical harm and 2 corruption coming your way.
Okay. And it's what is prowess for physical?
Prowess for the physical, if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
Try and sort of fend it off.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, you do it. Rolling great with the resistance as usual.
Yeah, boy.
And then 2
However, when
corruption.
it comes to resolve that I have none of.
Yeah. You have a reliquary? Or...
No.
Okay, 2 corruption. Unless you
I'll make a roll to resist it. I may as well.
yeah.
Oh, 5 and a 6.
So you take
So
1
5.
stress. Yeah. Again, just great rolls. I think this is probably the one that we've succeeded most of in this campaign, like a resistance rolls. At least to my recollection, have been just absolutely stunning all the way through.
I haven't had my turn yet.
Because we haven't had a lot of like double ones on a resistance, and then you're like, well, that was like just a bit of damage, and now I'm traumatized.
Sorry, I forgot. I should have had +1 dice on that because it was a desperate action.
Okay, yeah, you can roll 1 die, see what happens. If it's a 6, then it's better.
Well, no, 'cause I was rolling 0 dice, wasn't I? So I'd
Yeah.
take the low. So I would have just rolled 1 normally.
Yeah, but just roll 1 die and we'll
okay,
see
cool.
what it is.
It's a D6, isn't it? Okay. Ah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're very good. Okay, so yeah, so you're engaged with this crow. The other crow's coming up. Kingfisher Knight fending off somehow 11 rotters, and on the other side of the wagon, in relative peace and quiet, there's a lot of swearing in multiple
Yeah,
different
yeah.
languages, and people just tossing dirt and stones this way and that. It's like, bring it on!
Yeah.
Ah!
Well, actually, what I have a plan to get this done quickly and
Oh.
efficiently. Yeah.
Is it
So
explosives?
no. So Sasha Diva is the believer. I think 'cause there's multiple Barton gods, isn't there?
Yeah, 7 of them.
So there's one a crafter. I think there is. I can't remember. Like
The maybe they have something as far as
An
that goes. I
artisan.
don't have the details on that. The major crafting deities would be the Orite, alchemical, and engineering gods, and then the local Aldermani smith god. But definitely they will have something like that as well.
Something
But
similar. So
I have
he's
no detail.
holding his kind of symbol, his relatively height in the symbol of this lake. I'm
Mhm.
going to say it's like maybe like a miniature forge,
Mhm.
but made out of like wood. In this case, what Sasha's been doing as we've been approaching on the wagon, and while they've been fighting, I have been putting together a rig to tie around these supplies and drag them out using the horses, because I have got a climbing kit with me. I
Okay.
have rope and pittons and things. I'm going to make a little pulley. Well,
Okay, let's see how that works out.
using rig.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's see.
Yeah.
MacGyver over here.
I'm going to push myself as well to get an extra die.
Do you want a
this is-
Devil's Barking for an extra level of effect?
I mean, I'll listen. I'll hear you out.
Yeah, the level 3 is gonna turn up.
Nah. I mean, I don't want to deal with that right now.
You're good?
Give me a turn or two though. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still desperate despite where I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, baby. Standard effect. I'm not under any duress directly at the moment.
I'm gonna say it's limited effect. Like, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But you're improving all the way through.
Yeah. I had an idea. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you definitely do it. So I'm gonna make that.
Yeah.
So this is I'm filling the first segment for your clock there for the jig. Now you do have the thing made now, so that's that's good. But for now it hasn't helped a lot. But it's there now, and the consequence is going to be it takes you a bit of time. So I would be tossing off siege counters there for the siege clock.
Can I resist that?
Yes.
I will do so because this is very important to my mission.
So which one is rig under?
Insight.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
Okay. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Again, this is great. Not even breaking a sweat. So yeah, you did it. Okay, good. And then let us roll. Like someone just give me a fortune roll of 1 die.
Go on, Sasha.
I'll do it. Okay.
For everyone else, the ghost owls, basically. Okay.
Did they give us a segment? Come on.
That does. However, there is the unfortunate consequence with the 2 ghost owls coming up to help the Kingfisher. Both of them, for now, are dying. I know the Kingfisher has an ability to deal with this sort of thing, but they take 2 damage, and that's 1 damage per person to kill them. So the 2 ghost owls helping the Kingfisher will be dying.
The Marshal will be very upset with
I still completely don't get the Kingfisher's abilities,
You
but
can
if I
spend
can do anything
2
to
of your
stop
specials. Spend 2 of your specials, and that'll negate it.
The bulwark or whatever it was.
Anchor,
yeah, the anchor use.
So if you spend 2 of that, they're fine.
do I get a roll or do I just spend the points?
Yeah, you absorb the consequence with that.
Yeah, you
basically.
just spend them.
Right,
as far as I understand.
okay.
Basically, you provide them 1 armor per use, and that's all they need now. So you're like bashing away these blows meant for them with your armor and your shield.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that these guys, these greenhorns, these scouts, basically that's what they are. Like their whole thing is they're in the forest, invisible, scouting. That's their thing. This isn't their thing at all.
I think we should probably just tell them to join the others digging, to be honest.
Okay. A Kingfisher. You have 11 rotters at your front, well, everywhere now. And Rain Deadeye, you're being soon swamped by 3 crows. Well, 2 now, because one of them exited the scene.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it would seem to me that the best thing I can do right now is try and like draw these guys away from you lot while you're digging.
I mean, I need all the time I can get, if possible, but
The only problem
What's the
is
terrain like around here? I'm thinking like scrubby woodland. Is that what we've got, or is it?
Yeah, there's it's some distance to the woods, but there is like the forest edge is visible, but it's some distance away. This was literally people seeing in their horizon at the time the marching army isn't just going like, fuck, like we need to like just make a pit. We're just gonna throw everything there in this field right now and then cover it up and let's go. So it's in the middle of a field, so very open terrain right now.
Yeah, I still want to like draw them away or scatter them or something, because obviously I can't take on 11 of them at once. I assume that'd be the maneuver roll, yeah?
That is something you could roll definitely for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're on your horse, you get the. No, was that the special thing from Makati, Matthew?
yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's just regular, yeah. But you do have a horse, so we know that. So.
Do I get like extra dice or anything for the horse?
No. It was the horse master himself of the game.
It just is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, so you do it. You lead them off. However, again, the consequence is going to be a tick on the siege clock for time.
Can I resist that?
Yes, you can.
Please do.
With whatever maneuver is under.
It's prowess.
This is good.
Okay, 2 stress.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Then you maneuver them around, trying to, because you have the advantage of speed on your horse. You I guess you're trying to go like circles around them to a degree, so that you can basically keep them from going anywhere that they shouldn't. Rain, what is up?
okay. So one of the crows is like close in on.
Yeah, it's
my
right
plan's
up in your
literally
face.
just to like jam my flintlock into his robes and just like.
I'm gonna say that is going to be. It's first of all, it's desperate. And I'm gonna say it's limited effect, but obviously you can counter that with your fucking black shot and whatever.
Yeah, I'll spend an aim as well.
Yeah, okay. So you will annihilate this person if you actually do succeed on this.
So I like to push myself as well.
God.
Yeah, this one is going away, I think.
If this doesn't work, I'll be upset.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I guess what happens is, because you were fending it off with the rifle, and then you managed to get the thing there, and you pushed it back, loaded it in a rapid motion.
Yeah, I think I've loaded it, and as it sort of lunges forward again, I pretty much just ram it up under its chin and take its head off with it.
Yeah. Again, the body just disintegrates instantly. This is the only type of undead that you've seen this happen to. They seem to be composed of something that when they are damaged enough, it just vaporizes or becomes liquid instantly, and basically the clothing and the armor and everything else just like plops into a pile.
I like to imagine as its head sort of like dispersing across a wide area as like a double cold bow. I'm just like cocking the flintlock, and I'm like, "Who's next?"
Yeah, and the answer is the one
The one that's left.
Well, that's-
So yeah, yeah, the one-armed crow jumping in to get with you when it is time. However, the
back over
digging
by the
crew,
wagons. Yeah.
the digging crew, how we
Right.
do?
So I'm gonna try and move this stuff out and get ready to load it. Do I get a bonus for having the rigging up, like actually having everything using the power of momentum and?
I'm gonna say the idea of the rig, as far as it sounds to me, because you're pulling it, that means you don't need to dig as much because you're pulling also. So I'm gonna say that is.
So surely the easiest way to do that would be like stick an extra tick on the clock or whatever. Then you've got to dig less, haven't you?
Yeah. But I feel like it's not.
Give me an extra roll,
like
a
pulling
bonus to-
stuff with a rope from the ground isn't really the way you want to be doing things to start with. So I'm gonna say maybe you'll get an extra die on the thing.
Okay.
When you do whatever it is you're trying to do with them,
So
using the ropes and the.
Yeah. So what I was going to do is going to get the horses to try and sort of steadily, not too quick, but steadily like bring out. So we'll get some of the two ghost owls to sort of dig around while I'm directing the horses and sort of pulling it out, hopefully without spilling it everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Roll your.
So that's
thing.
a bonus to this roll.
Yeah, your specifically your roll, because the ghost owls are like, what?
Okay, so I'm gonna push myself as well, because I really want to get this done as fast.
You want a devil's bargain?
I'll. No, you know what? I'm not ready for the devil's bargain.
Okay.
Are we still in desperate?
Yeah. I think we started off with desperate, and I don't think we will be getting out of it necessarily.
Okay,
Let's see how we go.
And is it desperate? Sorry, standard effect at the moment.
Standard effect.
Right. Okay, and I get 2 bonus for this because I pushed myself. Oh yes.
Increased effect.
Yes.
Critical. You're making all the rolls. 1, 2.
Can I just crit? Finally, my luck.
I just saw, man. I came in, looked at the roll, and I was like, "Oh boy!"
Yeah. It turns like Sasha Deva has some mad genius when it comes to this thing.
Don't forget your XP, guys, when you're making them desperate rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
Okay, so yeah, it's like the first coffer or whatever it is, like the first crate out, like the one of the ghost owls putting it on the thing. We're doing like making great progress over here. All right, so please, I guess Sasha, just continue making the fortune roll for the ghost owls.
Yes, come on.
I'm gonna say the
No.
shit, fuck. so that is again the 2 ghost owls with the rotters dead.
All right. Okay. I can't help. Can I? It's Kingfisher that's with.
Kingfisher is there. Rain could help. The Rain is close, of course, using the ranged weapon. Rain it might be, but like explicitly, this is basically down to is the Kingfisher spending anchor, because that's the only rules thing we can touch on this, as far as I know from your guys' sheets.
Have you got any anchor left, Kingfisher?
I've got 1 point of it left.
So if you spend that one, only one of them dies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I? Is there anything I can do for the other one?
Unfortunately, no. The anchor is the thing for this, which we've had use of before, and made good use of before. However, we're running low on fumes now. All right, so one of the ghost owls recently recovered from a nasty bout of disease, gets hacked to pieces by the relentless hammering of the rotting arms of the undead. And
I have made my selection.
mhm. Okay, then we're Kingfisher Knight, Rain Deadeye. You're being menaced by respective undead enemies. Kingfisher Knight again. There's the almost full squad of rotters that you're spinning around. You're doing a good job of having them not engage with the digging operation. However, they have taken down one of the ghost owls. And I think the ghost owl probably because they were helping you, probably on horses as well. So the horse is getting butchered as we speak as well, because they like dragged him off and like, hacked him to pieces. Same with the horse. You have one more ghost owl following around with your strategy of keeping these guys in place, which you are doing. But what do you do now?
I still really don't get how the Kingfisher Knight's supposed to work. I feel like I ought to be using this war machine thing, but I can't really suss out how.
Do you want me to have a look at the sheet and give you some advice? See, the war machine, all it means is when you push yourself, in addition to like getting the extra dice, it reduces the threat level of the enemy you're facing, so you do more damage, more effect on them.
Yeah, see, I can't see.
Well, if you do more effect on them, you'll kill more of this group that are attacking you.
So this is a good time to use it then?
Yeah, but you don't specifically have to use it. You just get it whenever you push yourself. So you've just got to push yourself and that kicks in.
Yeah, but
yeah, it is. That's okay. The thing that like messed with you before, because there's too many of them. However, if you push yourself, the war machine kicks in, and then you're on even ground.
Okay. I'm baffled, but I'm doing that thing. Yeah?
Okay. Yes. So whatever it is you're doing, you get your push effect, and then let me worry about the rest.
So for pushing yourself, you take 2 stress for pushing yourself. Then you roll whatever you roll in, presumably skirmish, and you get an extra dice.
Right.
And obviously you get an XP because it's desperate.
Does it change the effect? Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, no? Yeah. That's the thing that is getting remedied with this. So
it goes from standard to great effect.
It would have been limited before, but it's up to standard now, and you're not taking extra damage from them and all that. Okay, you do it. You definitely do it. You guys are rolling them 6s again. All right, so let me fill in the, and I guess I should label this one as well. Rotters. So we're putting in. Yeah, Kingfisher Knight mowing down half of the rotters. There's a handful left that you're trying to keep away from the dig site. Chopping off heads and limbs with the greatsword, was it, from a horseback? That seems like a bad time. Okay, so a lot of rotters being chopped down. Rain Deadeye, you have a one-armed crow trying to claw your face off.
So I think as it's trying to claw me, basically what I'm, obviously just for flavour, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move around to the side with the severed arm on it, so it's more difficult for it to turn and get at me. I know they move like well fast, but I'm basically just trying to like duck to one side and then basically fire into its torso, pretty much.
Yep.
I used my last aim.
Yep. Are you putting in black shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It's if you tag it, it will go.
4.
You barely do it. Oh, that was
Do you know what?
was-
I'll take barely.
yeah. It's better than you didn't.
Yeah, compared to the alternative, if I hadn't rolled that 4.
Yep.
Oh, look at
So
that. 3
the-
2s and a 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a
boy.
rough time. So the thing here is, I'm looking at adding because we're in desperate. I'm looking at adding 3 ticks on yonder siege thing, which you can resist partially at this point.
Okay.
So if
I'm
you
obviously
resist,
going to try.
yeah. So if you resist, we're going to knock off one of those.
Okay, so I'll try and resist with prowess then. It's desperate, so I get +1 dice. 6.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So time has passed, and the siege elements are moving to close the gap for your return. Now, the crows are gone, so the rutters are a fair bit more disorganized now. They're getting confused.
That's what I was hoping. I was like, if I can take out the crows, then hopefully the kingfisher will have a bit more joy mopping up them because they won't be directed.
Yeah. Okay, Dig Crew, what up?
Dig Crew coming at you. I am going to. Oh God, I'm so close to getting this done. But I have nothing good. I'm gonna I can't. I'm going. What? Okay. I'm going to try and use the horses again to pull the rest of this out or get close to done.
Okay.
What is a devil's bargain in this scenario? Talk to me.
Well, we're gonna find out that there is the threat 3 individual will be joining the picture.
Can I just be like a threat 1? Okay. No. It's gonna have to be a. All right. I'm just gonna try and maneuver it. Try. Just. We're still in desperate, aren't we?
Yeah. Shit's. We're getting better now, though, but still, like your thing over there is.
Nope. Fuck.
Nope.
Fuck.
That is.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. So. I guess, and this is the thing, right? You didn't do it because of things, and there's a couple of consequences here. The first one is we're going to put on 3 ticks for yonder thing, which you can resist if you want, but you'll knock off like Rangers did, the one, because it's getting on a bit now, and this is exactly the thing that's taking the time. So if you want to resist, you can knock off one of the 3 ticks.
Yeah, I will try to do so.
Okay, and you will, as we know, succeed.
We don't know for sure. We don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about like how much stress you take, which is none for you guys because you roll 6s every time.
I would have preferred it the other way around, though, to actually get ticks on the.
Yeah. And you find that one of your ghost owls. The thing is, you're with the horse, and like pull, and you're like making the horse go as taught probably by your friend Makati Wilbur to handle some horses, and there's a huge like jolt forward, and you're like, yes, like praise to the 7. We've pulled the crate from the ground. But the reason is one of the ghost owls is standing there with a knife in hand, and your rope rigging is cut through. Your horse is free from the rigging now.
What?
Because they cut the rope.
The traitor in our midst.
Oh, God, no. Not now. Who could it be? Why? So now I've got problems.
Yeah. One could say.
So hang on. This is like a double dick punch. So if I fight this guy, kill it, that means I've killed one of my own squad, which means I take the morale loss and have less health.
This guy is already dead.
Oh. Oh, great. God.
It's all right. I've got the remedy for that.
Yeah.
Help.
So yeah, this person has cut the, and you pick, by the way, who is it? Who is it?
It will be a relatively new addition to the team. It's going to be Violet throwing Blizzard. Who's the
Okay.
traitor?
Yeah. So this Panyar individual standing there with the survival knife, having cut the ropes of your horse, and your horse is like about to go because you've been urging it like move, move. It's about to go. You have a handle on them. You look back. There's a Panyar who gives you a slight smile from one corner of the mouth.
God damn it.
And I guess we jump over to how fare the other ghost owls. So please give us a fortune roll again with the,
Okay.
because there's one working on digging and one working on not dying. It's just great rolls all around with the ghost owls.
It's just
The NPCs are getting shafted.
I should point out, if you just roll that one, you told it to roll 1d6.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
So it just put
Ooh.
up a number 1.
Yeah, it's my fault. Me and my
Yeah, that was getting grim. Yeah,
That's much better.
that's more like
That's
it.
much
So
better.
yeah, so the one ghost owl with the kingfisher doesn't die, so there's that, and then the one completely oblivious to whatever has happened with the rigging keeps digging, and it's like you hear the
Yeah.
donk donk. They're like, I got the last one. I've got the last one. And there's like just scraping the dirt off with their hands.
Okay. Oh god.
Yeah. So Kingfisher, you're the organization which was basically grinding you and your ghost owl friends down just goes out of the rotters as rain
Can I
blows.
see what's just happened with Violet?
Give me a fortune roll. Because you're being very, very busy with the 11 rotters.
Does he get like an extra 3d6 because it's the Kingfisher?
No. Unfortunately, the Kingfisher is not prescient in that way.
Where's the fortune roll thing on the Kingfisher night?
Underneath the specialist abilities, so below where it says resolve, there's a load of specialist abilities, and underneath that it says roll fortune.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll just take the first one because you just roll one die. So 4. So yeah, you see that like there's something going on. You're not sure what, but there's
A commotion.
like Sasha seems just like stunned by something and is looking back at the other two, and one of them is standing and not doing anything.
Right, I can see something's gone wrong with their machinery, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do those boxes look like I could go over there and heft those boxes into that wagon fairly easily?
You could, yes.
Right. I'm going to tell the other ghost owl that's with me that that's what we're doing.
Okay.
And let's get it done.
Yep.
And hopefully he's going to keep shooting at any zombies that are about the place.
Yeah, Rain.
And
Rain has something.
I'm just going to brashly go in there and start throwing boxes on the wagon.
I was going to say, as the Kingfisher's doing that, because obviously the zombies still attacking them, could I help by like providing like covering fire into the zombies as they're sort of withdrawing to put the boxes on the thing?
For sure. So I'm going to say that's let's do it this way. We're going to have the Kingfisher roll to get the loading action on, and then we're going to have, before that happens, we're going to have Rain roll with a setup action. So Rain, please roll whatever it is you're doing to set them up, and then you can select, if you succeed, whether Kingfisher Knight gets one more die or one greater like effect level for the get the stuff on the cart roll.
Boom, 3 sixes.
Yeah, you do it. You definitely do it. So
Do I get to knock down stress for that?
not it's the resistance one.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
forget that.
Yeah, I do too. So yeah, does the Kingfisher get one more die or one greater effect with the loading of the card?
I'm going to go for effect.
Okay. So probably Kingfisher, let's look at the okay. So Kingfisher, if you succeed on whatever it is you're doing to load
Can I call this a maneuver?
Yeah, that sounds great. If you succeed in this, you will have completed the clock there with the dig. Because the last one is coming up right now as the digging ghost owl is like, it's here, it's here. Okay, yeah, you do it. There is a consequence, but the clock fails, so we're gonna.
Hang on, I'm rolling the resist.
Yeah, so
Mark off for stress as well.
you clear one stress. Yeah, the consequence would have been more time on the siege clock because that's the thing you're struggling against here. Okay, so Sasha.
Yep. I'm not having a good time right now.
Yeah. Whatever it is you do, before you do it, if you want to do it, I will have you roll a resistance roll because whoever this is, they're going to be on you because you're next.
Yeah, they're gonna come for me.
Yeah. So whatever it is
Uh,
you want to do, you need to resist this
first.
person first.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I need to say what I'm doing to indicate?
Yeah. Let me know like what is the sort of momentum with Sasha, and then we'll talk about what the individual before you does.
Right. So my intention is to do a kind of like Back to the Future, combining the socket thing. Like, 'cause I need to get out of here now. We've got the stuff. So I'm essentially gonna strategically cut the rigging that I've made so we can withdraw cleanly and just like I planned an exit route. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
And I'm shouting to like sort of I'm shouting everyone, watch out for this guy. This is not Koresh. This is some imposter. So I'm using rigging, but I resist first.
Yeah. Okay. So you're trying to undo the rigging on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as you do that, Koresh, if that's who this is, or rather isn't.
No, sorry, it's Violet throwing Blizzard. Sorry, Koresh is the one that died.
So
So
Violet is as you're trying to frantically undo the rigging, which you did a great job of doing. That doesn't really help you right now.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on you with the knife.
Yeah.
And they're gonna put the knife on you. So that is what you're resisting here.
Okay. Take it to the limit. Oh my god.
Okay.
So you know what happens, right? Is they come at me and like I've got my kit out and I catch it in like a those like clamp things. I just kind of catch the knife as I'm cutting.
Okay. Yeah. Give us your
okay.
I guess rig roll then.
Yeah. Let's just. I'm still desperate. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now you're desperate.
Okay.
Yeah, you do it. However, your block maneuver slips and the knife goes in. You're not looking at any damage though. It's just going to be a little scratch thing.
I'm
gonna resist this. How do I resist this exactly? Is this the same thing, or would it be a different? Or is this a resolve resist?
This would be resolve.
Oh goody. I will try. Nope.
Yep, 4 stress. You succeed, but it's 4 stress.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
And unfortunately as well, this is 3 corruption. Sorry, I didn't mention it before, but I was too caught up on trying to figure out the rest of the shit. But this,
I appreciate you telling me that, but I will also inform you were incorrect. Yeah, because I have a reliquary. Because I have a bar.
I mean that is a great response to
And
3 corruption.
I mentioned that earlier on.
Yeah, good. So you're as the knife just barely keeps, because you're trying to not get hit. The knife keeps missing you, just barely. You feel the reliquary just like warm against you, and you know
Can
that
I see all this going on?
Yeah. You don't know what's going on there. They're trying to very inefficiently and dangerously dismantle a rope rigging from a horse.
But can I see the violets attacking Sasha?
Yeah, which doesn't make any kind of sense.
Okay. I'm assuming that some undead influence has got to them. Can I knock them both out, stick them both on the wagon, and bug the fuck out of here? Starting with the one who's closest to me, which is her, Violet.
Give us Rain has something to contribute, but yes, the answer is yes. You can try and knock people out.
Since obviously I can see the kingfishers sort of looking at this unfolding scene, can I see that one of them's blatantly undead with my magical eye? Because it says you can identify supernatural forces.
Yeah, that is the vehicle by which you ride in with your dice roll.
Okay, what would I be rolling? I've got
I mean, just whatever.
I'll go for good. Scout then.
Yeah, Scout, fine. Sounds fine.
4.
Yeah. Something's not right about Violet. There's the eyes aren't right. So but it's not like Violet is radiating corruption, magic or whatever, but it's not good.
Literally all I want to do, which I'm hoping will be like a free action, is I see the kingfishers getting ready to size it up and hefting the big hammer. I'm just going to be like, Kingfisher, it's Violet, as I'm riding around the other side of the wagon.
Right? Yeah. So Kingfisher, you're being yelled at.
Yeah, that's who I was going for first anyway. So clock her on the back of the head.
Yeah, let's see how it do. It's going to be, let's tally this up first so that we can get all our ducks in order. So Violet currently threat 3. You, I guess, are you using your sword, by which you also would then inflict probably terrible violence as far as damage goes? Are you using that to try and bash her head?
For the purposes of it, I'd probably be spanging her with the hilt of the sword.
Yeah.
Because it was already in my hand. Yeah. And as I said, I was going for a knockout blow.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you're 2, she's 3 at the moment, so your effect is going to be limited. That's not enough to knock her out. I'm going to say you need probably, honestly, great effect to knock her out. So that would be... I guess because you're the war machine, right? And that gives you double duty on this instance, because it will lower her and raise you up. So
yes, so I can push myself for this.
If you push yourself and then connect, you can knock Violet out. Okay, you do it. The consequence being that we're going to add 3 more ticks on the siege clock, of which you can resist 1, which you did, as you guys do. So we're at 2 minutes from midnight.
Yeah.
And Violet is knocked the shit out.
Yeah, shout at the other rookies. Sorry, shout at the rookie, get on the wagon.
Then I think we're all tanking it back to the fort.
And spang the horse on the arse.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what happens to Violet? Is she going to be left in the field, or?
To be honest, in terms of narrative, if I'm not riding alongside the car, I'll just put a black shot into her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you do shoot her, no one can stop you. So,
Yeah.
If Rain, if you're shooting, please give us a roll.
He is cold.
If Rain's decided to shoot her, she probably needs shooting.
Boom.
Okay. So
Black
what
shot.
happens is you I presume you put in the black shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have an abundance,
Yeah, I've got loads of it.
an embarrassment of black shot. Yeah, you shoot, and the black shot doesn't do the thing that it usually does to undead. The body doesn't start burning or disintegrating in any special way. However, you're fairly sure that it's that thing isn't coming up anymore. It made all the appropriate visual and audio cues of a human body being blown to shit.
To be fair, as far as I'm concerned, the only ones who like dissolve are like the crows, and it's obviously not a crow, so I'm like,
No.
yeah, it's not the type of undead.
Yeah. So yeah, you fire the thing, and there's the like wet of the body just.
Yeah. I'm not even
Breaking
going to
it.
slow down as I ride past and shoot it, and I'm just going to carry on riding past, and I'm riding hard for the fortress, and hoping they're following me.
Yeah. Okay, so give us the final, and I guess, and I propose that this is a group action because it's you all together doing the thing. So I would propose a group action to roll one more time to get back in before the gap closes.
Okay, well, who's got the highest maneuver? It's
Kingfisher.
the Kingfisher then. So
The Kingfisher has 3? That's
yeah, I brought up that maneuver, but hard a few games ago.
the Kingfisher is a boss, an absolute machine.
And I've Rain's got 2.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the Kingfisher is leading. Currently, our top is 5. Yeah, everyone plays well.
Are we still desperate
Yeah,
in this sense?
yeah,
Do
because
you
we're
get-
getting close
Do you
to
get
being.
XP on group rolls?
Oh, let's just say yeah, because it's yeah. Okay, still 5, and still 5, and let's have one more fortune roll for the one ghost owl that isn't on the cart, who is on his own horse. Someone please give us a roll for that poor individual.
Oh, Matthew, you're in charge of the mission.
Yeah. Okay, 5s all around. So
She makes
Kingfisher
it
Knight,
back.
that means you take no additional stress. We have a 5 as our highest, which means we do it. Well, there's not a lot here.
can I suggest a consequence if you're looking for a
Yeah,
consequence?
for sure. Yeah,
I
I
was
have some
going to
options,
say,
but yeah.
perhaps the consequence is like we all like rattle in, but like the last like ghost owl who's like maybe he's fallen a bit far behind, maybe he doesn't make it back in, but like the rest of us do.
Don't kill
Yeah,
my team.
no, I do like that, and there's we can tie that. Oh, that's quite like cinematic in a way. So anyway, and we can do the thing that I had, or one of the things I had in mind as well. So you just mad rush back in. You can see there's more like you dodge.
We
like
can still
groups
resist
of
it,
hunting.
Matthew. Calm down.
Hunting rudders, and yeah, you're the one remaining ghost owl friend is lagging behind, and okay, so yeah, you managed to keep the window open for the last ghost owl as well, and we get back in, and I guess like there's when the side gate closes, there's the rush of incoming undead on your heels against it, but like it's being barred. They don't have the siege equipment. Like it's not an actual attack on the side gate that you used. But
Oh, if only we'd left some siege equipment up on the walls.
yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so you make it in. Everyone probably like just like drops off their horses, just like and yeah, we made it back home. It was a close call. and the other option would have been everyone dies. So that is optimal, one could say. And let's have a roll for the secondary mission there, Marshall.
Oh no. All right.
So
secondary
let's see about
mission,
this
where's my
business.
Barbossa sheet? Where is he? Okay.
It's a religious mission, so if the quartermaster has and is willing to spend religious supplies, that is something we can do for an extra die.
Yep. I mean, I'm down.
Okay, so if we are doing that, then we're up to 2 dice.
Sweet. Okay.
However, not everyone is a legionnaire. The pilgrims aren't the ones that you're digging with. So you don't get that. But we have the extra die from the reliquaries. And then the next question is, Marshall, is anyone corrupt?
Corrupt? Is that? Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
does anyone have blight? I suppose not, but I will ask anyway.
I'll just check because I didn't name who was going, but I
Oh
was
yeah, please.
I was sending the officer
Yeah.
in this case. I was going to send the officer. Oh, jeez. And where is he? Yeah, I was sending the officer, and I was going to send the scout as well.
Okay, and which squad?
The Grinning Ravens.
Okay, so I don't think anyone is blighted yet in the Legion, so that is good. So we are at 1 die.
Just one.
At this point, yes.
Okay. And there's nothing else I can do.
Going down the list, I don't think so. The loyalty thing, we don't have intel. Not everyone is a specialist or a soldier. There's no penalties for not having the right stuff. There's no penalties for not trusting the leadership. It's a 6. You nailed it. You fucked the one that you can actually blow, and you didn't mess this one up. So you did great, Marshall.
I'm just going to bear back. I'm just going to play the Top Gun theme.
Yeah. So, Marshall, this means that you succeed at the mission. All specialists take level 1 harm, and you may choose to lose 2 squad members and promote a rookie to a soldier if you want. But you don't have to.
Nah, because that's going to cause some morale loss, and I've already got a little bit coming in.
So all that happens is that in the digging, the officer gets, I guess there's like a small collapse, and the officer gets like pummeled by some rocks as you dig, and like level 1 harm to the officer and the scout as well.
Yeah, I'll put bruised ego as the
yeah.
Right, I've taken the time off the clock, so we've now got a clear final clock for the 2 missions.
Pretty good.
Saying that he's very rarely in combat, that officer's taken some serious.
He's earned his money, as man. He's earned it. He's getting an extra big cup of cocoa when we get to Skydagger.
I did like that session where he came out to play though. That was a spooky session.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one question before I start leveling things up and stuff. So for the morale loss, this will come important in a second. Is it 1, 2, or 3? I think because 1 from the mission we failed, definitely.
Yeah.
1 from Koresh dying.
Yeah, it's 3.
Because Violet didn't technically die on the mission; they were already dead. So I wasn't sure how we're gonna.
It was a delayed thing from a couple of missions ago.
Makes sense.
That sucks. But sorry, Quartermaster.
So for Broken Fire, how does the +2 XP work?
Everyone who was on there gets +2 XP.
So they get 4 XP each.
Sweet.
Yeah, the specialists, but you can put the 2 XP on the rookies as well.
Alright.
Like everyone who went on Broken Fire gets the +2.
I'm going to add up my XP then. So, what was and I presume it was 3 the highest level of enemy we faced?
Yeah, 3 was Violet. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll start with the main mission, and then work my way down.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Plus another 1. Oh, sweet! I've got enough to get an ability for Rain Dead.
That's what I was hoping for. You'd get like the ability to up his skill, and then
Well, I've upped his shoot to 4.
yeah,
I'm thinking of taking Hardened because he got a trauma on that mission. So
yeah,
if I
he
take
did.
Hardened, he can get an extra 2 boxes of stress.
Yeah, he's maxed out his trauma.
Yeah. Whereas there's another Hardened, so if we get him up again, he can have another 2, and then he's like rocking like 10 stress boxes. Which, considering like how often he has to push himself.
Yeah, he's done. Him and the Kingfisher have done some serious graft.
You're not wrong.
Okay, where's Slasher? So Slasher's definitely gonna be not a rookie now. So if we get the 3 XP for the threat, even though did we face a threat or was that Violet?
Yeah, Violet was 3.
Okay, just checking.
Well, it wasn't Violet, and
And
yeah,
get
but
one for
it was
surviving
3.
the mission. Which, oh yeah, man. Okay.
So I filled up the Kingfisher's resolve clock. I'm going to give him Marshall, mostly just so he's got a slightly better resist roll.
Nice.
Yep.
I definitely think I survived despite the odds.
Yeah, I think we all did, to be honest.
Yeah, you were close to not surviving.
Yep.
It was literally like 1 roll away from Violet doing away with you.
Alright. My gambit paid off, so this rookie in particular is one I took with the ability that gives them an extra trauma. So they filled up 1 trauma in the mission, but they have survived and now will be a soldier. Yeah. Okay. So that means they'll automatically get a... Yeah, they did. Nice. And they get there.
Right, I've got enough XP that I can buy up the Kingfisher's prowess clock and give him either an extra point of wreck or an extra point of shoot. Or I can half buy up his special ability clock. Which do you want me to do, guys?
Personally, I would go with special ability clock because anchor
Yeah.
is useful more often.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't buy anchor up there though, and he's already got the maximum.
Yeah, but if we get his clock up, he can take the 2nd level of Hardened, and he'll have more stress boxes.
Fair enough.
Whereas like he doesn't really do a lot of shooting because he doesn't have a ranged weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
On the plus side, though, Marshall, we've got an extra 3 supply if you want to put that down.
Oh yeah.
That's for the Quartermaster.
Sorry, Quartermaster, I meant.
So Broken Fire and Buried Cache.
Oh, do we get to mark an extra 1 on the...
Yeah, for Zora.
Well, I think we're 1 away now.
Yeah, you are.
To mark it.
So now we've got Sasha. Sasha's now our new grenadier, an actual grenadier with decent rig.
Nice.
Since we have a can't shoot for shit though. Just let's give you a heads up. Right. So does the acquire asset, is that just on the next time we do it, or is that...
It's the upcoming campaign action phase.
Right. Cool.
So realistically, we need to take 2 campaign actions: 1 to acquire assets, 1 to like continue filling the clock for getting the route out.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the labourers as well. I don't know how we'd use them in this fort.
Yeah, previously we did... They help with the repairs, if I remember correct.
Can we get a
And
casket to carry the Kingfisher's
I seem
balls?
to remember you guys cashed in that goodwill somehow, but I don't remember the specifics of that.
So we're doing the supply rolls now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have we added the +3 supply from the missions?
So that gives us a total of 5 supply at the moment. So,
So, Marshall, how many actions do we have? Having lost 3 morale, I think it's 1. So,
It's 1.
Yeah. One action.
I've learned how to count them now.
We can also buy more, of course, but we have 1 to start with.
Boost.
okay, point number 1, do we need to do a rest or recuperation or liberty?
Marshall, how are we doing?
If we could clear the stress tracks, that would be great. Unfortunately, we've got some added trauma from these missions. We haven't got a lot of injuries at the moment, but they are on specialists, and that could be important. They would only need 1 campaign action to clear those injuries.
Well,
So.
I'd suggest first of all we do 1 campaign action to see if we can find the route, because we need to do that. So we may as well roll that and then decide what to do afterwards.
That is true.
Okay, so who's going out to negotiate with the smugglers, the scum and the villains?
Who should we send?
If I may, I suggest we send. I believe it's Squire Theodore Logan, who happens to be alright,
Mm-hmm.
who can boost the effect.
A bit of a scum himself.
He is. He's an up and comer.
Yeah. So if we're sending him, we'll get the boosted thing by default. So please roll us. What is it that we're rolling for this?
So now Sasha.
We're working on the project. So they roll an action. So someone open up the sheet for the squire and roll off there for whatever action they're using.
Well, Matthew, you've probably got the sheet there somewhere.
I can get it in a second. Is in the
Second, as they say in Or.
Squire Theodore Logan. He would use sway, I believe.
Okay.
To assist this roll.
Wheeling and dealing with the
rough
element. Okay,
Yeah.
6 is 6 fills out the clock.
Yeah,
you have successfully secured from these unscrupulous people a smuggling route by which you could, and this is the thing, right? You could leave the fort.
A most excellent
But
journey,
you
my
can't take
friends.
your shit with you. But now you can. You have an actual way to leave the fort with all your things and with relative safety as well. So we have the route. I will just clear the clock there. Look. Okay. So now we can advance if we want to at any time. Now, then we have the laborers who can add 1 tick on whatever, like a building project.
Yeah. Building project, probably a good plan. Do we want more siege weapons or supply carts, guys?
Again, I would suggest siege weapons just because they're going to be butt handy when we get to Sky Dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said supply wagons for the journey to get to Skyjager.
Yeah. I think I'm leaning that way as well.
I'll leave it to the quartermaster, you're the one who's in charge of that.
If you want, I can check which one might be more beneficial for you at Skydagger.
Mm-hmm.
You might have an idea of that kind of thing. I'm just quickly going to take a look. Okay, the siege weapon is going to be ultimately worth more at the very end. But of course, it might not help you at all getting there.
Oh, that's cool. So because Theodore Logan went on the mission, the secondary mission, and gained that 2 XP, they got a promotion out of it.
Oh.
So it's been a good day for Logan.
So which one are we putting the tick on? Cart or siege weapon?
Soldier.
How big would each clock be?
For supply cart, let's pull up the thing. Quartermaster. Let's see. Labor, siege weapons, alchemical supplies. Labor, siege weapons, and alchemical supplies are fine quality. It's interesting that they've actually left out the carts entirely, even though that's like one of the basic things that is actually on this sheet. But the cart, like a cart, sounds more simple to build than a trebuchet. So I'm gonna say 4 for the cart and 6 for the siege weapon.
Okay, and then I still get a roll to see how many of those bits get filled in, don't I?
If we take an action.
Yeah, if you take an action on it, the laborers will every single time fill in 1, but that's all they do.
Right, so they fill in 1, and then I can do a roll, and we could potentially do the other 3.
Yeah. If you
But
spend
that'll
supply
cost
on it.
me a point.
Yeah.
So we'll make a supply cart.
Okay. Oh. There we go. There's a clock.
And then hopefully we'll get enough supplies to make it worthwhile. So we're going to do some acquire assets rolls.
Okay. Yep.
2 of them. And then I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the other. But acquire assets is just fortune on the
Yeah, you get
Quartermaster sheet, isn't it?
Yeah, and you get 2 dice on it for Fort Calisco. Yeah, 2 dice, and then +1 die from on both rolls because of the mission that we just completed. So you get 3 dice on both of these acquire asset actions, but they need to be different assets.
So first asset that we're going to want lots of is food.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So you're sending someone out, and so we have Theodore Logan is doing the smuggling business, so he is not available.
I'm thinking one of the sort of scouty panyar types who, like, you know, someone with a good nose for supplies, like in a literal sense. I don't know who we've actually got.
Yeah. So Marshall, sneaky panyar types.
Sneaky panyar
foresty
types.
panyar types.
Ooh.
Maybe
I know I
Violet.
did a rookie early on like that, but I don't know if they survived.
Probably no. Well, maybe Onyx Flying Ember might be available. Let's have a look. No, they're not super sneaky, but they have some scout. No skulk to save the day, unfortunately. What we got? Russet Driving Typhoon. No, they won't.
Doesn't have to be one of them. Suggest someone that would be good for going out and getting supplies. You know the men better than I do.
A supply run. Does it have to be a?
Doesn't have to be anything.
Doesn't have to be. I would suggest. If he no, he does it. Are we trying to do it stealthily?
Well, suggest who's available for me to send, and I'll work out how to send them about doing it.
Okay, well, you've got. I would suggest sending Makati because they can take horses with them, and they are quick. Little maneuver, they can get in and out pretty fast. They aren't sneaky.
Fair enough. I will send Makati round the fort on his horse to go and round up some food for us.
Get some packs.
Just piling up his pony with an assortment of food.
Do you want to make the roll if you've got the sheet open, Matthew?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah.
I just did the roll, didn't I? Oh,
yeah,
no.
let me look at the thing. Always get confused. So campaign action. Yeah. Of course, this is the one that the quartermaster rolls because you're using the asset rating
Oh,
of the
sweet.
thing.
Sixer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. So what that means is fine. So I'm gonna say, you can fill out your food stores there for the ones that are not currently full, and then let's put one more thing on the third one. So 4 ticks in total.
Cool.
Okay. So
Next roll, same thing, but black shot. Sasha, quartermaster, Marshall, who am I sending?
A black shot. Ooh,
See, I've always seen the quartermaster's name as more like a guideline.
a guideline.
Guideline, get over here.
In fact, didn't we get some black shot from one of the missions, or was that the one that we didn't take?
That was converted into supply. It wasn't.
Right, okay, it wasn't literally black shot, right?
I'm looking. Again, I'd send McKay. That's who I would suggest. In this case.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Then that is who I shall send.
Yep.
Go and scare us up some black shot. 3 dice again.
Yeah. Okay, so that is standard. So you get 3 dots of black shot.
Okay. And last. Same again, but this time religious supplies, I think.
Okay, so just to keep a running tally, this is the 3rd supply we're spending.
Yeah, so we're back down to 2 now.
Okay, so buying reliquaries. Okay, who's gonna buy the religious stuff?
Someone who's suitably respectful about religion.
I guess Sasha. Sasha used to be a priest.
Sasha, yeah, you can send Sasha.
Yeah,
Happily
Sasha.
They'll
Go
much
scare us
prefer
up
that
some
than going
reliquaries.
outside into the scary outdoors.
Could ever reach me?
No, sir.
Ooh, you
Ooh.
did not do well there.
So
dear.
that is you get 1 dot. You get some, but there's not a lot going about.
Oh dear.
It's alright, at least we've replaced what we had used.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm suggesting to you guys that since we've got the time down a bit, do we want to spend an extra turn here or do we want to push on? I'm suggesting we push on, but...
That is what I would have gone for.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have looked out here, and we should.
You can always do more stuff in the next location as well if that's something you want to pursue.
Obviously, we've had the rarest of fortunes. We have a time buffer, all of us. So we've never had this. We should make the most of it.
Now, let me just give us some context here, right? So we're at Fort Calisco now, and there are 2 paths forward from here.
And we don't have any intel to know which is the dangerous
We
one.
can advance to the high road, sort of over the mountains, or to the maw, sort of through and below the mountains.
This sounds like a very Mines of Morium kind of situation.
Yeah. You take the pass of Caradros. The only path forward through the Westfall Mountains are the treacherous high peaks route, or an even more risky ancient passage beneath the mountains, written of in the annals of the Legion.
What do you think, guys?
That's currently all you know about these places. Probably fair to say that Fort Calisco, probably a better place to get shit.
I think you should get some intel on them before you send the entire Legion down either path.
I don't have any intel.
Have to stay and gather intel, which is the problem.
Yeah, if we want to try and get intel, we'd have to stay here and hope we got a mission that gave us intel, but that's not guaranteed.
My personal feelings on the matter, Marshall, I'm not a scout, and I am a selector of men and a selector of death. I would say take the high road because at least the sky above us isn't a danger, whereas the mountain above us could be treacherous. We should be able to see the threats, but who knows what's out there.
So we have one vote for advancing via the high road. What do you say, Quartermaster?
I really don't know. I don't know enough about either road to be able to make a fair decision. You might as well flip a coin as far as I'm concerned right now.
I'm just going with a gut instinct. I don't really have any.
Okay, we're going to take the high road.
Okay, so we advance. So you have a roll to make there?
What have we done?
Oh, yeah, it's good. Sorry, we need to get some shit here. So, where's my structure? Okay, so before the campaign actions, we added 1 time and 1 pressure.
Yep.
And we ate 1 food. Entirely forget about that every time. So currently, what's our pressure?
Pressure's 2.
Pressure's 2. So, Quartermaster, if you want to spend horses, you can reduce our pressure of 2, 1 for 1 per horse spent.
Might be a plan to spend at least 1.
All right, yeah, 1.
Okay.
But just 1.
Commander, 1 roll for your advancement.
Number of dice, 1. 2.
2, that is good. Let's see.
So that's 1 time, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. That's the best result you could have, so probably just 1.
Yeah, that's what it says in the pressure bit.
Yeah, 1. Yeah. Yeah, we're used to rolling fucking criticals on this roll, so that is great. Because that's what's been smashing us, really, like all through this campaign.
Those 2 missions to like knock the time down by 3 could not have come at a better time.
Yeah, that was, as we said, that was beyond spicy.
That was what we needed.
Yeah. So the high road. The Legion leaves via the smuggling routes in very, very questionable company. However, you make it away from Fort Calisco. The high road. Let's get the blurb going. Used largely as a pilgrimage route and for minor trade in the summer months, this is a route that cuts above the tree line and up to where the air is thin. The lower altitudes possess a stark beauty. Trees shift coniferous and eventually stop altogether, leaving mostly lichen-covered rock. Animal life dwindles until the only beasts frequently seen are small mountain rodents and the birds studying you from above. Though still traveled, upkeep on the path hasn't been a priority, even more so since the war started. Now the decrepit sky bridges linking the shale and granite plateaus are mostly frequented by refugees escaping the new horrors the Broken have cooked up. Most passage through these lands is hiking and climbing due to the uncertainty of the quality of the bridges. It's especially easy to be ambushed, and the lack of terrain options makes it hard to run from a fight. Food and fuel are scarce, and the cold winds make travel treacherous and slow. Often, the altitude and weather are enemies as dangerous as the ones chasing the Legion. These narrow paths and stone bridges are also a source of strength. Undead will have to follow these same routes, and the sky bridges form natural bottlenecks on which to fight them. Fighting the undead is never without cost, but here the odds are far closer to even if you can turn the terrain to your advantage.
Nice.
So we have arrived in the absolutely devoid of any kind of settlements of the high road. There is nothing here. Asset rating is nothing. You cannot acquire assets in the mountains at all. You cannot roll for that. The mission types are assault and recon. Which one would you prefer, Commander?
Recon.
Okay. Yeah, and the only path is forward to Skydagger Keep.
Although that could actually be quite good, because that means that, like, without being able to get assets, we can focus our campaign actions if we get any on
something
rest
else.
and recuperation.
Yeah, or building stuff.
Yeah.
Or getting to the keep, getting to Skydagger.
The
Can we
special
see
rules.
it in the distance? Can we see it in the?
You can
I
see
can
the
almost
peak.
smell it, Barbosa.
The special rules for the high road. Supplies on the high road are so scarce that you cannot acquire assets, okay? Any legionnaire not wearing winter clothing on a mission is going to wake up with some harm from frostbite.
Makes sense. I wondered when winter clothing was going to come into it.
Yeah, this is the thing up in the mountains. So unless you have actual warm clothing every single time we do anything out here, you're going to be taking frostbite.
That's the utility being used up straight away. Yeah.
So the environment is going to be much more of a thing now up here, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, exposure to the elements is a massive danger up here. And of course, the environment itself, like it said in the blurb, that's going to be a problem for us, as well as a thing we can try and leverage. But that is it. We have made it almost to Skydagger Keep.
Almost.
Oh, thank you very much for running that. Very much enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. That was
fun.
Okay, I shall stop the recording here.